Hey Scotty,
There you go.
good. I'll just crank up. You ready?
Yeah, mate.
Alright folks, this is the start of the CH Social Weekly podcast for the Central Highlands Rugby League, sponsored by Sentinel Group, CH Social, Casey Wilson Law, NAB Bank, Fairlingham Meats and Emerald FM. Listen to Emerald FM, you'll find out who our sponsors are and where the draws are. How are you, Scotty? I've got Scotty Power on the line from Bluff. Good afternoon, Scotty.
Hey, afternoon, Stork. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, your last week's first of all broadcast went down, didn't it? Well, it didn't eventually go to theirs. Sorry about that, Scotty.
No, that's all right, mate. No, things can go wrong, mate. And it was a good little lead up too into the games that were on the weekend last weekend. But with the weather, of course, there's a lot of wet weather football played over the weekend.
Well, let's get straight into that. Your team, the Bluff Rabbitohs, followed on from the Capras game, which had a 20-all draw with Toowoomba. You beat the Emerald Tigers 18-8, Scotty.
Yeah, and all, it was a very, very tough game with the conditions the way they were, with the field extremely wet after the rain that did come. It didn't rain all that much during the game when the boys did play, but at training on Tuesday night, we just went through a few things and a lot of errors coming out of their own line, but in the end, their defence was very good. They gave the Tigers a lot of possession inside the 20, and they gave them early, easy possession, and they're able to hold them out and hold on to a tough 18-8 victory.
Yeah, I see Casey Doyle at halfback. He had a great game.
Yeah, Casey's been good for us when he comes out, and he might not be there for the rest of the year, just depending on how things pan out in Rockhampton. But no, he's been great for us when he's been able to play, and he teamed up in the halves with Mitchell last weekend. It was a good effort by Casey.
And Sam Strofeld.
Yeah, Sam Strofeld's been very strong for us all year, but he has been able to play. Work commitments have sort of held him away from a few games, but he gets through a lot of mountain work in both defence and attack, and he's a very, very strong young fellow, young Sam.
Yeah, he got the 3 points and also player's player. And I've watched him play a couple of times, and he's a good player, Sam.
Yeah, very, very good for us, mate.
And of course, 1 point went to Baxter Lancaster. He's been there all year.
Yeah, Baxter, he leads by example in the forwards. He does a lot of hard running and gets through a lot of defence. He's a very, very strong defender as well, and he can sort of run a good line as well, Baxter. And he's a co-captain, and he's been leading by example all year. Yeah,
I see Riley Comiskey is also he's a hooker there. He had a good game and he got a try. Yeah, very, very consistent footballer, Riley, and he's co-captain with Baxter, and he's been great for us out of dummy half. Gave us great direction again last weekend, and he's been able to do that all year when he's been playing for us. Yeah, he was a young bloke, Ryan O'Donoghue, but he's an older bloke of the team now playing on the wing. He scored the first try for the Rabbitohs. Yeah, he's been good. Covers a lot of positions, Ryan, but he's been able to fill in for us out there on the wing, and he scored a couple of tries during the year, and it was great to see him bring another one up on the weekend. Yeah, 18-8 was the score, and for the Tigers, their best player was Reece Hillsley, and Angus Clue's got 2 points. He's a young bloke coming through this year. And
they've got a lot of young fellas there in the Emerald Tigers side, and they're sort of waiting on the weekend's results to see where they end up finishing.
Yeah, and Jason King, he got a point, and Riley Parter, who's come through the ranks of the Tigers, he decided to man up this week, and he got player's player. So that was that game, Scotty. It was totally wet, they reckon?
Yeah, very wet, and I guess the ground would have suffered as well after the game earlier in the afternoon, and then into our last game. Yeah,
the idea was the crowd would all stay behind after the State League game and watch the Tigers Bluff Rabbitohs game, but I think half the crowd went home because it was too wet.
Yeah, there's plenty of water around, all right.
Yeah, another game on the weekend on the same note, Blackwater Crushers were up against the Emerald Brothers, and I think it was a bit of a surprise actually.
We picked it to be an upset because the Crushers they've been there and been consistently there all year, defeating Middleman, defeating Brothers. The first game they played them up there, and as it panned out, it was a very, very tight game. But they're a young side; they've got a lot of enthusiasm in them, mate, and they're very, very determined. And again, they made it hard for Brothers last weekend, and they were able to beat them 28 points to 22.
Yeah, 28-22, and think it might have just been decided, and it looks like well, Brothers came home with the last try in the 34th minute. Well, Brothers scored first after the second, then there was a few tries by the Crushers. Or Nicholas Melvin for the Crushers, Lewis Rayner, Jack James Brox, Cooper Windows, who's been having a good year, Scotty, at hooker.
Yeah, Cooper plays some good footy. He's had a couple of games at 19s down there at Emu Park as well. He played well above his age. He's a very, very accomplished player at a dummy half, and he gives his side great direction as well.
Yeah, Ryan Palmer, they're reliable. Ryan, he scored a try. Like they need him up front to keep fit.
Yeah, he sort of came back from injury earlier in the year, Ryan, but he's great for the young fellas they have in the middle. He gets through a lot of work. He's a very, very strong runner.
Yeah, Adam Bailey got 2 conversions with Reed Connor, and at fullback he got 2, and he's a good player back there as well. And for their best players, Luke Frame got 3 points. He's also players player. Nick Melvin and Logan Daly, because there's another Daly in the camp there. Sean's son, Logan.
Yeah, he played good footy on the wing. He's very, very quick, very slippery out there as young Logan. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't give him a bit of a gap, because I watched him play. He'll slide through it.
He's very, very slick, and he's very, very hard to contain as well.
I'll tell you what, for them, all brothers, Braden Beams, he's been having a good year with football. Like, he got points for them, and also Callum Wilson. Braden scored the first try after the second minute. James Ross, Jai Gilmore, Jack Hardy, they got 4 tries, and Callum Wilson, he converted 3. So Callum Wilson's been kicking a few goals this year.
Yeah, his average is pretty good, because I think when they played us, he kicked 6 out of 6 or 7 out of 7, I think it was, the night that we played them up there at Emerald. And he's been doing that consistently all year, and he's been playing some good footy as well.
Yeah, I know that game was played in the wet and Blackwater, and I know the ladies' game, which was before it was actually pulled up for Lightning. So it's good that they pull up.
Yeah, of course, that, with the duty of care, and with that lightning around and the water as well, it's just a no-brainer to actually to stop the play and think of everyone's safety as well.
Yeah, then the Crusher ladies was the first game of the night. They defeated the Dysart Bull ladies 36-4. And Nadia Hogue, she got 3 points. She's also a player's player. Amelia Mass and Tasha Anthony got points. Rosie Magnuson had a good game for the Dysart Bulls ladies. Mariah Denman got 1, 2, 3 tries. Peyton Storch got 1. Jacqueline Spencer got 1. Amita Mass got 1. And Mackenzie Bean and Mariah Denman converted 4. They're being led by the Mariah Denman and Peyton Storch. Scotty?
Yeah, and good experience, and of course with Nadia coming from the Central West, I need to play with them now and then. It's great to have that experience in there as well. And, with Mariah leading the way, and the young girls getting around her, and of course they had a good game against Dysart the week before. It was a lot closer, but Blackwater's got their act together, and they played a lot better football in the wet last weekend. And I think this weekend they take on the Emerald Tigers ladies, and that'll be, I'm guessing it's a grand final replay. I dare say that 2 sides are really right to play off in the grand final with the way things have been going this year.
Yeah, we'll talk about that game. So that's the ladies' game on Saturday. No, it's actually, is it Saturday? I think it's a Saturday game this week. They're playing the Emerald Tigers, so that should be a lead up. That'll give us an indication of what the grand final could be like, Scotty.
Exactly, yeah, for sure, Scott. The Emerald Tigers ladies have had a few weeks off since they played their last game as well, and the Crushers ladies have had the last couple of weeks to get some game time under their belt and get some miles under their legs, so it may be a lot closer than what we think.
Yeah, and congratulations to Maya Denman and Peyton Storch, because they made the Queensland ladies country team.
Yeah, that's great to hear, because it's great to see that experience being recognised, and now that Mariah's back out playing in the Highlands after having a successful stint down there with the Broncos, and then make that Queensland country side, it's great to see. Yeah,
that's what I reckon. It's great to see, and we say they're from the Highlands, so it's good for us.
Exactly, for sure.
Yeah, I see the Tiger ladies. I haven't talked about them for a while, but they're on 24 points, Crushers on 20, Dysart on 10, and the Middlemount Panthers. Well, they've been getting a few points this year. Like they've had 48 points scored, so they're getting a few points this year. They're on 8. So, and their final game is Friday night as well. They're going to play the Dysart ladies in in Dysart at 7 p.m. Friday night, Scotty.
Yeah, that'll be great for the Dysart side to have that home game up there. And the way that things have been going, great to see Middleman if they can get the side together and get up there and take on the Dysart ladies there. And that'll decide third spot, I guess.
Yeah, it'll decide third, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's right, it does. The Middleman ladies have forfeited their final series. Unfortunately, this is their last game for the year. At least they're honouring that last game, Scotty.
Yeah, great to see them do that, and let's hope things can get better for next year in the ladies' competition.
Yeah, that's what we need. I think Middleman might struggle next year, but let's see if we can get some recruits to go there. So it's looking pretty good. Then the men's will follow up with them. Scotty, we've got Bluff. You Friday night, you're playing Brothers.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game as well. There was 2 points between us when we played up there in Emerald, and down here at home, it's going to see where we're at, going into the semi-finals, because Brothers, Bluff and also Middleman, they're guaranteed the top 3 spot, but just in what order we don't know yet, because it'll all depend on the games. Of course, tomorrow night when we take them on down here in Bluff at Macca's Oval, we'll need to be on our game, because Brothers coming off the losses against the Crushers, it sort of set them back a little bit, and they'll come out strong again tomorrow night, so we'll need to be on our game to try and get over them down here in Bluff.
Well, folks, just to let you know the scores you're listening, the Bluff Rabbitohs are on 24 points, and they're on 194 points, and Middleman Panthers are on 24 with 190. So you've got 4 up on them, Scotty, so you need to win, and you probably need to win by a few points.
Yeah, the main thing is to actually get the win stalk, and then, whatever happens after that with the points, that's out of our hands, basically. So, the main thing is to get the victory to start with, and then the points will, whatever it is, it will be, mate. Yeah,
the Panthers will be looking for winning, because they're going to move on to, and talk about Brothers. Brothers are on 22, so if Brothers can defeat you tomorrow night, they'll end up level points with you, but they need to score 18 points to become level with you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, the main thing is that we get over them down here, mate. That's the main objective, but we'll just wait and see. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, it's been a tough year. Everyone doesn't know what their team is until the last day or two to see if you can get time off work. And
yeah, it just makes it tough. It's been like that for a lot of sides, and full credit to the sides, and getting teams on the park each week, and it just makes it hard with a lot of the players working in the mines, etc. And they do live away, a lot of them. So if they're not out here at work, they've gone back home for their time off. So hopefully when we get to the finals, it'll pan out a little bit better.
Yeah, and to the Middleman Panthers, they're travelling over to Springsure, and they're playing the Alan Johnson Memorial Shield. Scotty, I reckon that'll be a battle. I wouldn't be surprised if Springsure Mountain men get up.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. There's certainly a lot of pride there with Alan, the way Alan Johnson playing with both sides. He played with Springsure and Middleman. They play for that shield over there, and it's the last game of the year for Springsure. They'll have all their players on deck over there for their home game, their last one for the year. And Middleman, of course, will need to try and get that victory, mate, just to keep up there at the top of the ladder. Yeah,
well, they need to if they want to maintain first or second spot. And of course, Springsure want to finish the season on a win, because it'll be their Mad Monday on Sunday.
Exactly, still good.
Yeah, also, and to round off then, I think the round, because Emerald Tigers unfortunately have a forfeit this weekend, so they get the 2 points, so they end up level being with Crushers on 19 points, but Crushers are playing Claremont Bears at home on Saturday night.
Yeah, they play them up at Blackwater. That's the Old Boys Day too, and basically they just need to win still, get 4th spot. The for and against may come into play, and if they get the victory over the Claremont Bears, they'll actually be the 4th team into the finals, and the Emerald Tigers will then miss out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, out of the 4 sides in there, Scotty, I'd be scared of playing the Crushers, because they're coming up.
A lot of respect for them. Because they've been sort of thereabouts the whole year, and they're definitely going to be finals contenders from the first few games that I've seen at the start of the year. And as it panned out, it was a very, very congested top 5, really, when you look at it. With the way the points were, and a couple of upsets by teams during the year, and it's ended up a pretty even sort of year, and any one of the top 4 could actually win the competition.
Yeah, that's right. The main thing you want to do is host the grand final or have it at your field so your supporters can all be there for you, Scotty.
Exactly. That's the main aim, and we've got to get over this weekend first, and then see how things pan out after that with the finals.
Yeah, all right. And Scotty, just to mention, on the 15th of August, we're having the Central Highlands Awards at the Mayfair on a Friday night.
Yeah, that should be a great night. And, the awards will be giving out on the night for both the ladies and the men's. Also, there's a Administrator Awards and also Coach Awards and Referee Players Player and all the JGMs and also the Rowe medals. So it's going to be a great night, and it'll be great to see the players involved up there and a few of the clubs.
Yeah, we'll finish with the Rennie Rowe Award for the Best Lady of the Year, and also the Jim Gallagher Award for the Best Male Player of the Year, and that's voted by the clubs themselves, not from anybody outside. So anyhow, Scotty, it looks to be there might be a bit of rain around tomorrow.
Yeah, a little bit of a sprinkle predicted, just how much we don't know, but it'll certainly cool things down, won't it, for tomorrow night. The heaters will be out, no doubt. Hopefully it'll be a good game down here in Bath at Macca's.
Yeah, everyone get down to your local football. And just before we finish, Scotty, we promote the local footy. That's why we want you to get down there. I see you had a winner at Millamount last week in a racehorse.
Yeah, no, it's great. We've got a new one that I'm shares in with my auntie, Linda. She does a lot of hard work up there. She does a lot of work, and that was its first start that we've given it, and great to get a win first up with Doug Lee.
Oh, good stuff. That gives you a bit of money to play with now, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll be able to sort of muck around a little bit now, mate. It's great. Get the first one on board.
All right, thank you, Scotty.
It's a privilege, mate. It's always great to have a chat about the footy around here in the Highlands, and good luck to everyone with their last round games and also into the finals from next week.
Yep, thank you, Scotty, and I'll be talking to you.
Thanks, mate.
Bye, mate. All right, folks. Once again this week, I rang the Phantom last week and he wasn't available, so we'll see what he's doing this week. Yeah, grand final, folks. The grand final is the 20th. No Phantom this week. He's pushed me. So we'll go through with Scotty's predictions there of the matches this weekend. Just remember the grand final is the 23rd of August and it's decided between the 1 versus 2 of the first semis, which will be next Saturday week. And next Friday week we'll have 3 versus 4. On Friday night at 7 p.m. and Saturday night at 7 p.m. and the women's we haven't figured that out yet, but we'll get working on it. All right then, so thank you for this week podcast. Get in and get to your local footy, and let's share these